Let's rewind to 1970, the moment rock, soul, and pop all collided in wild, unpredictable ways. These one-hit wonders didn't just chart. They lit up jukeboxes, dance floors, and long summer drives. And wait till you hear the one at number one. It still heals hearts with just 5 simple words.
My Belle Amie, there was a time that you thought that your only friend was me.
Number 15, Vehicle by the Ides of March.
Well, I'm the friendly stranger in the black sedan. I want you hop inside my car. I got pictures, got plenty of my...
This one came in hot, brassy, bold, and unmistakable. I'm your vehicle, baby. If you've ever been pulled in by someone's magnetic chaos, this track had your number, with horns blaring like a rock and roll parade and vocals torn straight from a sweaty Chicago club. The Ides of March gave us one of the most instantly recognizable riffs of the decade. It was a love song disguised as a joyride, and man did it move. Next, we're headed somewhere more cosmic, where gospel met glam in a way only 1970 could dream up. Number 14, Spirit in the Sky by Norman Greenbaum. You don't forget that guitar fuzz. Norman Greenbaum, a Jewish musician channeling Southern revival energy, created a song so deeply rooted in spiritual Americana, it almost feels like folklore. Spirit in the Sky was both psychedelic and grounded, a paradox that hit number 1 across the globe. But here's the kicker. He never repeated that lightning strike again. It was the one moment to walk on the clouds, and he left boot prints. From clouds to beaches now, up next a summer anthem that still smells like barbecue and sun lotion. Number 13, In the Summertime by Mungo Jerry.
The summertime when the weather is high, you can stretch right up and touch the sky.
That's the vibe of In the Summertime, a loose, infectious jam that sold over 30 million copies. Mungo Jerry wasn't even a full band yet when in this bluesy jug band groove hit the airwaves. If you've ever clicked bottles under a backyard sun or danced barefoot in the grass, this song lives in your muscle memory. And just like that, Mungo Jerry drifted into the haze of nostalgia. But don't blink, the next one's a slow burn that found new life decades later on the silver screen. Number 12, Little Green Bag by George Baker's Selection. This one hits like a slow stroll through a smoky dive bar. Little Green Bag had that bass line, sneaky, hypnotic, and drenched in cool. When Quentin Tarantino resurrected it for Reservoir Dogs, a whole new generation rediscovered its swagger. But back in 1970, it was just a quirky Dutch pop rock track that somehow captured the paranoia and style of the times. George Baker's Selection never cracked the charts again in the U.S., but this groove is immortal. Next up, we're turning it all the way up to 11, literally, with a hard rock anthem built for distortion. Number 11, Mississippi Queen by Mountain.
Mississippi Queen, if you know what I mean.
You already know the opening, that grinding riff that punches you straight in the gut. Mississippi Queen was raw power before metal had a name. Mountain delivered a southern rock scream fest drenched in cowbell lust. It's been covered, sampled, and shredded 1,000 times, but nothing quite touches that original grit. And yet, Mountain never climbed that high again. Next, we slide into something softer, a bittersweet ballad that still hits like a goodbye letter. Number 10, Reflections of My Life by Marmalade.
The changing of sunlight.
The guitars are gentle, the harmonies haunting. Reflections of My Life is one of those songs that sneaks up on you, a quiet thunderstorm of regret and longing. Marmalade poured everything into this track, and for a moment they broke through the British invasion noise with something deeper. If you've ever stared out of a window during a life shift, this one knows you. But hold tight, we're about to get hypnotized by a swirling organ and a song that never lets go. Number 9, Green-Eyed Lady by Sugarloaf.
Green-eyed lady, lovely lady.
This is the sound of getting lost in a groove you never want to end. Green-Eyed Lady is all about mood, that jazzy organ swirl, the wandering bass line, and vocals dripping with mystery. Sugarloaf hit something magical here, a hypnotic fusion of jazz, rock, and funk that stood out in a crowded year of noise. It climbed the charts, turned heads, and then silence. No follow-up ever quite stuck. But this track, it still feels like getting seduced by the unknown. Up next, we leave the fog behind for something bright, bouncy, and blooming with 70s sweetness. Number 8, Love Grows Where My Rosemary Goes by Edison Lighthouse.
He ain't got no money, her clothes are kind of funny, her hair is kind of wild.
You could practically smell the daisies in this one. Love Grows was pure pop joy, jangly guitars and bubblegum chorus, and lyrics so sugary they should have come with a warning. It hit number 1 in the UK and cracked the US top 5, driven by a studio band and a rotating lineup that never quite found their footing again. But that chorus, timeless. If you've ever fallen fast and hard, this was your soundtrack. Coming up next, a Dutch invasion with a tune as smooth as a lover's whisper and just as fleeting. Number 7, Ma Belle Amie by T-Set.
My Belle Amie, you were a child of the sun and the sky and the deep blue sea. My Belle Amie.
This one feels like sipping wine in a candlelit cafe you'll never find again. T-Set brought continental charm to American airwaves with Ma Belle Amie, a romantic mid-tempo swoon full of soft harmonies and longing glances. It climbed into the U.S. top 5 in early 1970, but T-Set never repeated the spell. Still, the song endures, the kind of track that makes you nostalgic for something you never actually lived. Now get ready, because next, we're taking it straight to the dance floor with a love song that had a little snap. Number 6, Tighter, Tighter by Alive N Kickin. Some songs just feel like first love, electric, dizzy, and way too fast. Tighter, Tighter was that emotion on vinyl. Produced by Tommy James, the song fused soulful vocals with a groove that hugged you in all the right places. It shot up the Billboard Hot 100 and made Alive N Kickin an overnight sensation. But just like some romances, it was over just as fast. Still, this track lingers like a perfume you can't forget. Next up, we drift into something breezy, a postcard from the Caribbean that became a sleeper classic. Number 5, Montego Bay by Bobby Bloom.
Just to the driving and I'm on my way. It's all on the
With steel drums and a whistle hook, Montego Bay brought the island breeze to AM radio. Bobby Bloom pointed a vivid picture of tropical escape, and for a country in social turmoil, it was exactly what people needed. This wasn't just a song, it was an instant vacation. But behind the sunny facade, Bloom's career was brief and ultimately tragic. Still, Montego Bay lives on, a splash of color in the gray. And next, we take off into something trippy, with a captain at the helm and a strange, smooth ride. Number 4, Ride, Captain, Ride by Blues Image. If you've ever wanted to escape, really escape, this one's your anthem. Ride, Captain, Ride was spacey, soulful, and just weird enough to stand out. Blues Image combined electric piano with storytelling lyrics about a mysterious voyage into the unknown. It was hopeful, maybe a little sad, and entirely unforgettable. After that hit, the band vanished, like the crew in the song. But what a ride it was. Before we hit the top 3, let's make it official. You've made it this far because you feel this music. So, if these songs bring back something for you, hit that subscribe button. You belong here. Number 3, Give Me Just a Little More Time by Chairman of the Board. This one snapped, clapped, and begged with style. Give Me Just a Little More Time was pure Detroit magic, even though it came out of the Hot Wax label, started by former Motown heavyweights. General Johnson's pleading vocals and the bubbling rhythm section made this one an instant classic. It hit number 3 on the Billboard charts, but the Chairmen never reached that height again. Still, the urgency in those lyrics, they echo through time. Next, we kicked down the door with a song that defined rock cool and blew out speakers along the way. Number 2, All Right Now by Free. From the first gritty chord, All Right Now exploded with swagger. Paul Rogers' vocals dripped with confidence, and the guitar work, straight gasoline. Free gave the world a rock anthem that still slaps stadiums awake 50 years later. It climbed to number 4 in the U.S. and made them legends, but ironically, nothing they released afterward ever recaptured that lightning. This track is a rite of passage for rock fans and a cigarette lighter in the dark. And now it's time for the most soul-soothing, quietly powerful one-hit wonder of 1970. The one that still makes hearts ache. Number 1, Ooh Child by the Five Stairsteps.
Ooh child, things are gonna get easier.
5 words, that's all it takes. Ooh child, things are gonna get easier. It's a year full of chaos. The Five Stairsteps delivered one of the most comforting songs ever recorded. It was tender, hopeful, and soaked in soul. A lullaby for grown-ups who needed to believe in tomorrow. It hit the top 10, and though the group never reached that peak again, they didn't need to. This one song became their legacy and a healing balm for every generation since. If that line ever lifted you up when you were down, you already know why it's number 1. And hey, if these tracks made you feel something, hit like, subscribe, and share the vibe. We've got more forgotten gems coming your way.